Guten Tag, ich bin Mike Bellevue, and today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite pistols from World War II. A lot of people are crazy about Lugers, but I have always liked the P-38. Now this gun was really a breakthrough for military sidearms. Double action, single action, 9mm parabellum, eventually used by 23 countries worldwide for either military, police, or their secret services. Very popular during the Cold War. This particular model is the P1 variant with an aluminum frame that was made in the 1960s. Now, the World War II connection is not what first got me interested in the P-38, because to be honest with you, P08 Lugers, like this one that you're seeing now, were actually more prevalent in World War II movies and certainly more popular with World War II collectors than the P-38 was. Though the P-38, in my opinion, is a much better gun. What actually got me interested in P-38s to start with were a couple of TV shows of the 60s. One was called I Spy, and it starred Robert Culp and Bill Cosby. And the pistol on the lower left is a replica of the one they used in that series. And that was one of my favorite TV shows when I was a kid. I still think it holds up well today. One of the best spy shows ever put on TV. And the other one was the Man from U.N.C.L.E, which is kind of an iconic spy show, secret organization show, very 60-ish. And the gun on the right is the gun that they used in the Man from U.N.C.L.E, which is a highly modified P-38. The coolest thing about the Man from U.N.C.L.E really was the P-38 guns that the characters used, because they were highly modified and they could take all of these neat attachments and turn them into carbines with scopes and the whole 9 yards. Very 1960-ish in terms of, that whole love of spy gadgets. And those two shows really ignited my interest in the P-38. Well, let's see how the P-38 does against Evil Roy.
From here? It's probably better from here. Alright, let's see how you do.
Okay, got some jams with this magazine. I'm going to put this aside. Well, luckily I brought 3 magazines to the range that day. 2 of them worked flawlessly, and one of them just didn't want to work at all. I've put that one aside, and if I can't get it sorted out, it's just going to go in the trash. Well, let's see how I do against Evil Roy one-handed. I'm going to run you through disassembly and reassembly of the P-38. I'll try to do that pretty quickly, but the reason I'm doing it is because it's really not intuitive. And even if you're an experienced gun person, and you're used to John Browning designs or Glocks or CZs or SIGs or whatever, this is a different breed of cat. And if you try to figure it out on your own, it'll take a while. But once you know how it's done, it's not difficult at all. So we'll just run you through it. Alright, so the first thing we'll do, pull out the magazine, make sure the hammer's down, that the safety is in the fire position. Lock it back. Swing the takedown lever all the way forward. Drop the hammer. And now the barrel and slide come off the frame. And you can see we've got two recoil springs and guide rods. It's kind of different. Now, to remove the barrel, there's a little plunger right here, and that lifts the locking block. And the barrel comes right out, and everything can be cleaned. Put it back together, it's just exactly the reverse. And it's pretty straightforward, except there is one little trick. So, first thing we got to do is we have to drop that locking block. Then you just slide it back on the frame, just as we were doing. Now, the next little trick, and this is one that you really have to be looking for, is right here. You can see the ejector. Okay, push that down out of the way. The slide will go over it. Okay, bring it back. Lock it up again. Take down levers back. And we'll just function, test it, make sure everything is good. We'll make sure that the slide locks back with a mag in it. Okay, and that's all good. Now, one of the cool things, I'll just show you this, that locking block I showed you. The way a P38 works is it's a recoil operated lock breech gun. And one of the reasons it's accurate is because the barrel and the slide recoil straight back. And when you hit that position here, that locking block drops down, holds the barrel in place, and of course the slide continues on its way to cycle a gun, and then strip the round for the next shot. So, that's how you take them apart. Well, let's take the P38 against the Claybirds, see if I can hit any. Not too bad. We'll finish up with the bad guy's view of the P38.